G'day guys, it is Ben here from Hunt the Nights. Now, what we're going to do today is go over this NocPix Ace. Now, we're running the H60, which is the 1280 version, and holy cow, it is amazing. Okay, what we're going to go over today is the menu system in here, and then also how to zero it. A couple of things I just want to address. Firstly, doing this in the middle of the day. We get a lot of people, can you use thermal during the day? Yes, you can. Can you zero thermal during the day? Yes, you can. What's the best way to zero thermal? Well, I'm going to show you. What we're looking at downrange here is a box, cardboard box with a silver piece of foil on it. Now, you will note that I'm in white hot, but that little target down there, and I'll zoom in to give you an idea, is black, okay? That's because I've got the box tilted 20 degrees backwards towards the atmosphere. Now the atmosphere is always cold, so you're going to get reverse polarity. If I was to change from white hot to black hot, you'll see it's white, okay? And so on and so forth as we start to change these color palettes. All right, I like having it in black. It's a good little contrast for my eyes and works quite well. The other thing too is all the audio you're hearing today is recorded via this scope. This scope has amazing audio in it. All right, so now let's run through the menu system. There's two menus in this. We've got our short press, our quick menu, which is a short press of the turret. And in there you'll see we've got our color palettes, which you saw me switch between before. We've got black hot, we've got red hot, your traditional ones, rainbow, which is a typical NocPix or infrared one. Then we get into a couple of new ones, some violet, crimson, okay? Nice full color palettes, Viridian, nice green one. You know, you've got a color palette for every situation. Down from there we have our brightness, which if I click on the turret button will change my brightness settings. I kind of liked it where it was, but I wanted to show you what it did. Our contrast, which I'm going to leave where it is. Our sharpness. Now, sharpness, I put a little video up on our Facebook the other day. Look at what that sharpness does. We go from 0, you get quite a soft flat image, and as you punch it up it really draws the detail out. Now it can create quite a digital type image, so I kind of like it on mid-range, about 5ish, but in inclement weather that sharpness is incredibly powerful. And then we've got our distances. Now I've only got one profile in here at the moment, which is 50 meters. A is the 0, so is the profile name. So I can have multiple guns. This is gun A. I'm shooting on my Blazer 223, and it's at 50 meters. Now let's go into the main menu, which is you hold the button down. Now I was in this main menu before fiddling with some stuff, so I'm going to go back to the first page. First of all, we've got our ultra clear on or off. Now ultra clear is fantastic again in inclement weather. Not my favorite thing to have on in good weather. It is quite a digital enhancement. Our reticle, and let's have a look at the reticle choices we've got. So there's 7 different reticles, plus through the app you can actually make your own. So we've got our little cross, our bigger T, our big you know, kind of cross in there as well, on a floating dot, round with a middle dot. Now this reticle here will be scaled, so it's a first focal plane reticle, as is this one here, and the scaling should be in the menu. So, sorry, in the manual. I'm going to leave on reticle 2 for today's purpose. I don't mind that little floating dot and with the T there, and I'm just going to back out of there. We've also got multiple colours, so we can change this up, especially that little red dot. So we can have a black with a red dot, black with a green dot, black or white with red, white with green. I like actually, I don't mind this kind of either white or red or white or green, especially if I'm in white hot. Just gives me that little contrast there, black with white, white with black, red or green in total. Today I'm actually going to put it on black with green because I'm on white hot, but because I'm on white hot and I'm shooting with that black dot in the middle, well, my target's black, I wanted something a bit more contrast, so I'm going to save that. Nice to have all those different options. And this is where we have our different zeroing profiles. So you can see here we've got 7 different guns that we can have it on. We've just got it on gun A for today. I will have this rifle on multiple guns, but it is what it is. Now, to get out of this, when you want to go backwards in a menu, she's better hold the tire button down. It should be going backwards. It's not. Oh, okay. So no, don't. I just got to single press the turret. Sorry, not hold it down. Hold it down from here, and it will get me back out. And these are my zeroing distances. I can have multiple zeroing distances, and we can change them through the short menu. Okay, and we're not going to go into zeroing right now. Get rid of that because we'll go into zeroing shortly. So let's go back to the main menu. So go down through them. Let's just put it back into 50 meters and go backwards from there. Okay. All right, we've got our picture-in-picture on or off. Now, with our picture-in-picture, I'm going to jump out of the menu for a second and show you. It's changed a little from the infrared days where you used to have picture-in-picture and the base magnification, the big picture, would also zoom. Now it's only zooming the picture-in-picture, so you get to retain that nice wide field of view, but zoom in on that little picture-in-picture. Handy if you're looking for some precision shooting or so on. Not zeroing. I just want to turn the picture-in-picture back off. All right, our Wi-Fi on or off. Calibration. Now this has automatic calibration and manual as well, or background. So I'm going to leave it on manual. It's got a very, very long calibration time. To calibrate it, you just touch the power button as well, or we can put it on background. If we leave it on background, it'll just automatically do it as we go. Now the picture might degrade a little bit over time, but you never need to really worrying about doing it. Motion sensor. This is for all our compasses and stuff like that, and our gyroscopes. We'll turn that on, and you can see it'll turn on the right hand side of the screen there, our azimuth and pitch. And gallery. This is really cool because now you can actually view the files that are on there, so it's on the scope. So if you've taken some recordings, you can actually go into the gallery and view the recordings that you've previously used, or photos. You don't actually have to now go, into the app right away to download it and to figure stuff out. Ballistic calculator. We'll cover this off quickly. Two ways to set the ballistic calculator up. You can set it up either through the app, or you can set it up via the scope. And today we'll do it via the scope. So we're going to use profile 1. There are multiple profiles. They're not linked to your zero. You have to manually change them yourself. So if you've got multiple guns and you've got multiple ballistic profiles, make sure you set them up. You can set them up in MOA or mil because it's going to tell us what we're actually looking at. And I like this. This is our point of aim. Okay, our supplementary point of aim. So this is the hash mark we're going to see later on when we actually turn the ballistic calculator on and tells it where to aim. Because what it's going to do is give us these 5 little dots here on the reticle in a horizontal line, and that's where I'm going to aim now. Okay, and then we go into our settings here. Like all ballistic calculators, it has got some standard information. I'm going to be shooting my Hornady VMAX, which are a ballistic coefficient of 2.5 in there. So we put our ballistic coefficient in. This is for G1. They're 55 grains. So I'll change this down to 55. And for those of you who are not familiar with a ballistic rangefinder, what it does is it gives you a different point of aim over distance. Okay, because obviously the further we shoot, the lower, the projectile drops lower and lower and lower. This helps us just automatically compensate for it, which is really cool. 2.76 inches that I put in. You can turn this spin drift on, and if you turn this spin drift on, you're going to get more information, which is your barrel twist and your direction of twist. Now, that's really cool because it'll account for, because as a bullet exits the barrel, it's spinning, okay, and it's naturally going to curve over distance with that spin. This will actually help account for it. Weather, altitude, and relative humidity. So once all that information's in and we've actually zeroed it, we can turn the ballistic calculator on, which we'll do a little bit later just to see what it looks like. Okay. Our image hue, so you can either be warm or it can be cold. I much prefer it cold. recoil activated video. Look, I haven't tested that, but I haven't found recoil activated video works well where it is. Standby mode, if you want the system to go into automatic standby after a predetermined number of minutes. Our microphone, which is on, good, because we're recording. Pixel defect correction, which we don't need to do today, but if you do get dead pixels, this is actually how you fix it through that menu there. And then we get into our other settings, such as our date, time, meters or yards, as well. Firmware updates, which you can check through here if it's connected to your phone. Factory reset, and just the information in terms of what the scope has on it. All right. So that's our menu system. What we're going to go and do now, though, is actually go through and zero it. So, while that's getting sorted, I'm just going to throw some rounds into my rifle, which I probably could have done to get ready. Now, I'm shooting 223 Hornady. These are hand loads. I'm shooting it out of a suppressed Blaser R8. So we shouldn't have too much to worry about. I'm going to take you through how I do this, okay? Because everyone zeroes things a little bit differently. I use this foil. I'm using flashing tape, which is sticky back, but you can also just use aluminium foil and a piece of paper as well. The beauty about doing it like this and not using a heat pad is heat pads bloom, so the target actually becomes bigger than what it is. Now, check out that digital zoom. Like, we're at 24 times power digital zoom, and I have got a very, very crisp image to work with. This NocPix, this 1280 sensor, is something different. Now, these have also got optical zoom on them. Obviously, I can't show you the optical zoom because it works like a clip-on. The optical zoom zooms on the back of the screen. But they are sensational. So I think I'm just low and left of that target because I did bore-sighted earlier. Alright. We're going to go and check it. I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to go and check it. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so now you'll notice I've got 2 pieces of flashing tape on this box. So what I do is, when I've taken my shots, I put another piece of flashing tape on where my point of impact was. Makes it heaps easier when I go into zero and just need to then move my reticle, which is what we're going to do now. If you do this with heat pads, that whole thing would just be a complete bloom and you wouldn't see that little break there, and it would just be one big blob. Now, so we're going to our 50 meter zero, which is the one we're using. I'm going to go into 50 meters here. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to, first thing to do is zoom back in, and I want to zoom in. Right, probably to there's good. Oh, that's nice. And then I'm going to go down to, don't want to do that. Sorry, hang on. I'm going to use the turret. Let me do it again. Every button system's slightly different. And with this one, you just got to move the turret. So, roll the turret down, so to the right, press the turret button to zoom. And I want to get that nice and crisp and clear. Okay, can go to 14 times. Alright, go down to freeze. And what I want to do is freeze it so my reticle is right in the middle there. Now it doesn't matter if my gun moves because the image is now frozen. I'm going to take now my reticle down. And I'm now going to take it to the left. Left. All right. Now, the more you zoom in, the smaller these increment changes are actually going to be. Okay, and I want to go there, and I actually just want to bring it up just slightly to there. Okay, got to hold the turret button down. It's going to say, do you want to keep these changes? And I'm going to say yes. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my target. I'm going to go and check it out to see if we're on zero. Alright, and as we can see, there's my final zero. Now, I don't mind having that slightly low at 50 metres, being a 223, but what we will do is, before I actually take it out and really put the filters, I'll run it out at longer distances to confirm the ballistic calculator as well as this. Anyway, there it is, guys. That is how you set up zero and a menu walkthrough for the new NocPix devices. Thanks, and we'll talk again.